the Eagles and the Lions, a lot on the line. Certainly the Eagles knowing that the Rams and the Seahawks had played earlier in the day. The Rams won that one. We'll talk about that one later on in this hour. They needed to win in order to keep up pace. And the Lions already knew that the Bears had beaten the Minnesota Vikings. And then the Green Bay Packers without Josh Jacobs. And who knows, we're going to keep an eye on for any MRI reports on that knee that potentially got MetLifed yesterday. The Packers pulled that one out as well. So the Lions needed to win to avoid going from, wait for it, first to third in division. That's how they took the field last night. And a windy night in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And what we saw was a repeat of what we saw on Monday night, that the Eagles defense took an NFC North offense and balled it up and just flipped it into a trash can. Because the Philadelphia Eagles defense has two monster individuals in the middle of a defensive line who also are freakishly athletic in Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. And the number of times that Jared Goff had a pass batted down by either one of them, I lost track. And those mount up in terms of frustrating a quarterback that otherwise was taken off the spot by some marauding defensive ends coming at him, including the new Philadelphia Eagle acquired at the trade deadline by Howie Roseman, because he had the brilliant idea of taking a third-round draft choice and flipping it to the Miami Dolphins for Jalen Phillips when I guess nobody else had that idea. And then you also have some linebackers patrolling. Zach Bond, a Defensive Player of the Year finalist from last year, has now been joined by Nakobe Dean, who's back from injury, looking like the Georgia Bulldog middle of the defense leader that he was in college. And then you got the guys on the back end doing what they're doing. And all 11 together is an organism that's coming for your quarterback and your offense to ball him up and flip him in a trash can. That's now the, coming into the season, top two teams in the NFC North that everybody went into the season saying that's the toughest division in football. And the Eagles have gone into one's house and then 6 days later welcoming another into their house and dominating. While the offense continues to struggle. Because Saquon's not running for 2,000 yards and an open mouth got fed last night. Hey, man, listen, if you want the football, just go on Janky Rondo's Twitch feed and start making some passive-aggressive, I was just joking comments. And then survive a conversation with the man who signs your checks, reportedly, who tells you, listen, can we stop posting? Can we stop talking? Can we all just come together? And the answer to that question is, yeah, we can. Because after what A.J. Brown was saying, and rightfully so, I might add, but, you know, it just causes a lot of longtime listeners, first-time callers to call radio stations and light things up and let the coach have to answer questions, basically say, I'm done answering questions about it. And what wound up happening was A.J. Brown getting the same number of targets as his uniform number, catching 7 of 11 targets for 49 yards. Nothing that lit anything up, but definitely matriculated the ball down the field when Jalen Hurts wasn't running it himself, getting stopped on a couple of tush pushes as well, I might add.
What's more likely?
Things were not happening on offense, again, for the Eagles, but the defense ruled the day by stopping the Lions not once, and I won't go through the whole thing, because it was 5 times the defense stopped the Lions on 4th down when Clark coordinator kept dialing him up and kept running into a brick wall. And so that's the way the Eagles move on. And that's the way Jalen Hurts answers the questions afterwards about, well, so did you target A.J. Brown 11 times because he went on Janky Rondo's Twitch feed? I can't say those 4 words enough. Get it?
Just going with the flow of the game and how it was called and trying to go out there and execute.
So there wasn't like effort to get him the football.
That may be a KP question.
Interesting. Why does he want us to ask Kevin Pollak about it? That's really weird.
Yeah, weird. Yeah.
Oh, it's Kevin Patullo.
Oh, I thought it was Kendrick Perkins.
It could be that too. Perk.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, him too. That's really weird. Oh,
Kenny Powers.
Ask the offensive coordinator is what he's basically. Again, I keep telling you, man, he's the one that just keeps taking the fire down. And you know who one sometimes adds fuel to it too?
What's
to people like you out there who don't want to hear about it from folks like Karl Anthony Towns and the rest of Philadelphia Eagles fans.
Really
the head coach hit it.
As I watched football today, I feel like I saw a lot of like teams waiting to lose. Our team's waiting to win because they know how to win, and there's something to be said for that. You know, of knowing how to win and knowing how to figure out ways to win. Do we want things to be better? Yeah, of course. You're in a constant quest of getting better. And we're going to be, like I said, crazy tomorrow about the things that we're working tomorrow. And I don't care what time the game got over or whatever it is. We're working tomorrow to get better. And that will be our mission. But it is, you sense it in those moments from the coaches and from the players and from myself. Like, we know how to win, and we're going to figure out a way to win the game.
As I'm watching TV today, I saw a lot of crappy. Oh, wait a minute. You know what I mean? I'm watching TV today, and I saw a lot of hot garbage. But you know what? When our garbage is a particular temperature around here,
yeah, exactly.
we keep stacking wins. Can't argue with it.
Yeah, but it's still weird that Jalen Hurts wants to talk to Katy Perry. I just don't understand.
That's really okay. Keep going back to that one.
It's up to Kelsey Plum.
Stacking wins, and the Eagles are stacked the wins against the two NFC North teams that we all thought were the teams that needed to be beaten. That's it, man. And the Philadelphia Eagles now go back home, lick their wounds. They'll watch Monday Night Football because that's the team they play next. Trying to sweep the Cowboys, take care of them. The division's essentially in the freezer. The Jello's jiggling, to use a Los Angeles phrase. And then comes the Bears after Thanksgiving. Prime Video's doing cartwheels watching the Bears continue to win and be a first-place team because the Lions have lost. They come out here to take on the Chargers, who just got waxed in Jacksonville.
Wow, that was shocking.
Surprising Sunday result. And then their final games against Vegas. Again, another reason why to watch tonight. 2 games against Washington that should have the U-Hauls backed up after they just lost a 6th straight time in the Madrid game. And then a game at Buffalo that will have the feels of like maybe we'll see this in a few weeks, depending on the Bills continue to play after they and Josh Allen marauded Tampa on Sunday in Western New York. So the Eagles just keep stacking wins. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.